Namaste, everyone. Katie here with a restorative yin yoga class for you. It's going to be for the shoulders, for the upper back, and for the wrists. So if you've been sitting in a desk for a while today, if you've been blogging, or if you've been gaming, this would be a great class for you to get your body back into balance. We're only going to need a blanket and a bolster or cushion tonight as our props. So go ahead and grab those, and then meet me down on your mat in a comfortable seat. Feel free to spread the blanket out underneath you and sit on your bolster. And take a big breath in. Lengthen your back, drop your shoulders, and allow your eyes to close. And begin to lengthen your breath, making it slower and deeper. And allow your breath to bring you fully present in your body and fully present in this moment, and allowing other thoughts or distractions into this space. Allowing yourself to be present with each breath. With your next inhale, you can bring one hand across your heart, the other hand coming across the other side of the chest. Take a big inhale. And as you exhale, you can move your fingers, tap your shoulders. And with your next breath, bring your hands in prayer in front of your heart. Take a moment to set whatever intention would serve your practice. When your intention is set, inhale deeply. Exhale, releasing through your mouth. And then drop your hands down. You can open your eyes. We're going to start off our class in Bowtie Pose. We'll need a cushion or bolster for this. You can bring that to the front of your mat. And to set up for this pose, come down to kneeling, and then bring your hands on either side of the bolster, slide your legs back, and begin to lower your chest down onto your bolster. We're going to cross the right elbow in front, and then take the left elbow on top of the right. So for this pose, you may want to stay lifted. If it feels okay in your shoulders, you can release yourself down and relax your chin down, tucking it towards your chest. We will be here for 3 to 5 minutes in each pose tonight, so make sure you're comfortable for each one. And once you have settled in, turn your attention to your left shoulder. And send your breath into that shoulder. Use your exhales to release any tension you may be carrying here. Continue to lengthen and deepen your breath, breathing into your belly. And keep your mind fully present on the pose that you're in and on your breath. You can also bring your mind to focus on your intention if you find it wandering off of your mat. Spend a few more breaths on this side. Inhaling into all the areas that you're feeling in this pose. You may still be feeling it in your left shoulder. You may also feel some sensation in your right shoulder and your upper back. Wherever it is, send your breath there. Deep inhales and full exhales. Last couple of breaths. Take a deep breath in and release. One more inhale. And with your exhale, begin to uncross your elbows and take a moment to readjust. If you need to scoot forward or back to make the next side feel a little more comfortable, feel free to do that. And then we'll take the right elbow, bring it over the left. This side might be different than the other side, so you may want to stay more lifted or more lowered down, just depending on how this shoulder is feeling today. And once you have readjusted yourself to where you want to be, invite in your focus back on your breath. Noticing what you're feeling in the right shoulder. Inhaling into this space. And exhale, releasing any stickiness, any discomfort. Spend the last few moments taking in some deep belly breaths. Take a deep inhale. And with your exhale, you can uncross your elbows, move slowly, be gentle with yourself. Bring your hands to frame your bolster and then gently press yourself up. Come up to hands and knees. You can move your bolster to the side for later. For our next few poses, we are going to be on hands and knees. So feel free to use a blanket and pad your knees, pad your hands. Before we move on to our next poses in the wrist, let's take a few cat and cows. Breathe in, bring your chest forward, arch your back. And then exhale, push the floor away, tuck your chin and round your back. Good, last round of cat and cow. And you can bring your spine to neutral. For this next pose, we're going to take our right hand and then spin the fingertips back towards our body. And maybe your fingers don't spin all the way around, and that's okay. You can turn them out at an angle. Or wherever feels like you can be comfortable for the next few minutes. And once your fingertips are back, if you're not feeling much, feel free to gently lean back until you feel a little sensation in your wrist and then into your forearm. And that sensation will get stronger as we hold this pose, so be aware of that when you choose a starting place. Once you are here, take a big breath in and release. Noticing everything you're feeling in that right wrist. As we hold these poses, we are creating a little bit of stress on the bones, on the ligaments, on the cartilage, and holding these poses in stillness helps the bones and the cartilage to strengthen over time. That's why we hold them for so long. That's why over time you do feel that stress become more intense. So if at any point it gets to be too much, feel free to come out of it and rest in child's pose. With your next breath, take a big inhale. And as you exhale, slowly spin your fingertips back forward. And then we're going to reverse this by taking the top of the hand down onto the mat. You can shift your weight over just a little bit towards the left if that feels like that's too much weight on your hand. And then again, feel free to lean back. Inhale, adjusting to this new pose, and exhale, let it go. Focusing again on your breath, again on what you're feeling, and on your intention. Last few breaths on this side. And with your next exhale, gently and slowly lift up your hand. You can place the wrist down, and then we're going to sink our hips straight down to our heels and find child's pose. Feel free to take your hands and bring them alongside your ankles so your shoulders can relax here. Take a moment to wiggle your fingers. Spread your fingers out really wide and then curl them in, making a fist. Rolling your wrists. Inhale, lift up your head. And then you can come back to hands and knees. You're going to take the left wrist now and then spin the fingertips towards the body. And inhale here. Exhale slowly. Inhale, breathing into your wrist, into your forearm. Exhale, release tension. If you find that your mind starts to wander away from the pose or away from your practice, notice what's coming up. Notice what thoughts and distractions you're having. And then you can return your attention back to your breath, back to your intention, and make your intention a mantra that you repeat to yourself. Take 3 more deep breaths here. And with your exhale, slowly spin the left fingertips forward. And then we'll come back to child's pose. Bring your fingertips next to your heels. Take a few breaths here. And inhale, lift your head up. Come back to hands and knees. We're going to take the left top of the hand down onto the mat. You might also feel some sensation in the right wrist as we hold this pose and hold this kneeling position. Keep your fingertips spread open nice and wide so that your wrist is supported in this pose. Take a deep breath in and breathe into your left wrist and arm. Slowly release. Spend a few moments here focusing on this pose. Take an inhale. And take 2 more inhales and exhales. Slowly lift up your left hand, press back to child's pose. Wiggle your fingers here. And roll your wrists. And then inhale, come up to kneeling. Take a moment to roll your shoulders back slowly. Good, then rolling forward. And then bring your shoulders to stillness. You can slowly take some head rolls. Gently bring your right ear towards your right shoulder. And then slowly roll your head back, tilting up the chin. Bring your left ear towards your left shoulder. And then rolling the chin down towards your chest. Take a few more gentle head rolls. You can pause once your chin comes back down to your chest, and then reverse the direction of your head rolls. Next time the chin comes back down to the chest, pause here. And then inhale, you can lift your head up. We're going to come down onto our back, so bring your legs in front of you and grab onto your bolster. We're going to bring the bolster to the back of the mat, and this is going to be the support for our upper back as we move into supported fish pose. So you can scoot back to your bolster. The very base of it might come to your middle back or around that space. And you can position yourself so that your head is cradled by your bolster, by your cushion. And then you can take your arms out into a T next to you. Feel free to keep your elbows bent if your shoulders are tight. And take a deep belly breath in. Feeling your chest rise as you inhale. And exhale, let your breath go. Feeling the chest relax. Focusing your mind on your breath and on this pose for the next few minutes. With your next inhale, gently bring your arms over your head. You can clasp your hands here, and then bring your hands to the base of your bolster, then open your elbows wide. And take a few breaths here, breathing into your triceps, breathing into your shoulders. Very good. With your exhale, you can release your clasp and bring your hands down by your sides. Press yourself up just enough so that you can move your bolster off to the side. And then come back down to your back. Taking your knees in towards your chest, we'll open our arms back out into a T, where you can bring your arms to cactus arms, bending the elbows. We'll take the left leg and cross it over the right. And then with your exhale, slowly bring your knees over to the right. Pressing your left shoulder down, coming into a supine twist, and feel free to use a cushion underneath your knees for some support. Take an inhale here. And exhale, settling into this twist for the next few minutes. Inhale deeply here. And exhale. Here's your next inhale. To slowly bring your knees back up. You can uncross your legs. And then the right leg can come over the left. And then you can use your exhale to move your knees to the left side. Take 3 more long and deep breaths. After your third exhale, inhale, lift your knees back up, uncross your legs, and then you can bring your knees in towards your chest and find a gentle rock back and forth. Feel free to pause and take a happy baby the next time you rock through center. With your next exhale, you can release your happy baby. And feel free to take whatever final movements you would like before Shavasana. And please join me for a peaceful Shavasana, our most important pose of the evening. You can take your arms down by your sides and allow your feet to flop out. Make sure your neck is comfortable. You can support your head with your blanket if you need to. Allow your eyes to close. And inhale deeply. And as you exhale, feel yourself let go. And feel peace and stillness completely fill you up and surround you. Slowly inhale. And slowly exhale to let it go. If you are ready to come out of Shavasana, you can gently make your way onto your right side. So if you're ready to come up, press up with your left hand to find a comfortable seat. Feel free to stay here in seated meditation or Shavasana for as long as you would like. Thank you all so much for joining me tonight. Namaste.